The Great Whale River is located in northern Quebec and is indeed one of Canada's greatest natural resources, as are all our rivers. However, the great whale may be in danger given the onset of the James Bay 2 project. Two young men have made sure they've seen this place and learned about it, and they're with us now. Eric Kujala and Bruce Hollands recently canoed the great whale. Well, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Now, first of all, I said northern Quebec, but can you sort of just put into perspective exactly where the Great Whale River is?
The river is 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers north of Ottawa. It's along the 55th parallel, and it runs into Hudson's Bay in a westerly direction.
Do you both live in Ottawa? I
live in Aylmer.
You live in Aylmer?
And I live in Hull, and the other two members who went on the expedition also live in Hull.
Okay, so you're from this area. What sparked your interest in this whole thing? Perhaps you could answer that, Bruce?
Well, it's difficult to say. I mean, it's not just a question of environmental concern. It's also a question of enjoying this type of activity. And we went on the trip to see the wilderness that was there before it would be destroyed, perhaps.
And tell me about that. Let's talk a little bit about that. Why is it in danger of being destroyed? Perhaps what I would like you to do is elaborate a little bit on the James Bay 2 project and how that's affecting the Great Whale River.
Well, our impression was when we went down the river that if you can imagine 8 meters of water above where you are, you can see that it's going to affect everything that's around you. And we also visited the LeGrand project when we came back from the trip and saw the results of flooding in there, and we thought, you know, this doesn't make any sense. You know, you can't just flood a whole area of land and not expect it to change what's there.
So what did you do? Tell me about your trip, and what did you do? How long were you there for?
We were there 3 weeks, and we started off at Lac Bienville, which is a very large lake at the top of the river, and went down the river in a period of about 19 days. Most of the trip was spent paddling through areas that looked a lot like lakes. And in some parts
Is it absolutely huge?
Some parts of it are very dangerous.
Right.
You know, there's waterfalls and big rapids and parts that you just couldn't do in a canoe that you have to portage around. Wow. Most of the river, though, is pretty easy to do. I don't consider myself an expert canoeist, so from that estimate, I'd say that it's a fairly easy river to do. But there's a lot of water there, so it's definitely you know, a good reason for Hydro-Quebec to want to go in and exploit something like that.
And you just don't want that to happen. Since I wasn't there and I don't know as much about this as you do, should the Great Whale River be left entirely alone?
Perhaps I should add something. The problem with the whole thing is that Quebec, the rationale behind Hydro-Quebec's project is to continue damming until the entire province of Quebec is dammed.
Okay.
I've read their projects for the future, and they want to dam every river of significant size until the entire project is one big dam.
So that is not an exaggeration.
No, it's not an exaggeration. This is the intent of Hydro-Quebec. So they have to be stopped here, because if they continue, we're not going to have any environment left in the
What
future.
stage are they at now? Can you give me even a percentage of what stage Hydro-Quebec is at now in terms of fulfilling that goal?
Well, just to give you an example, the James Bay project that's been built already, to show you how big it is, imagine a dam at Ottawa, a dam at Montreal, and a dam at Quebec City, and reservoirs after that. This is the kind of scale we're talking about, and if you fly over the area, at first you're impressed when you see it because the technology involved in moving all this earth and reshaping the environment is fascinating, but then after you look at it, you say, this is insane. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Bruce, maybe we can, and Eric, maybe we can get a little bit better idea. We have some slides of your trip, and we can have a look. That might help a little bit. It's sort of hard to imagine it.
This is flying in a plane here.
Okay. This is obviously an evening picture.
These are the hands of one of the canoeists. Well,
I guess I'm wondering sort of what made you choose From what I'm hearing from both of you is you chose the Great Whale River because of its beauty and expanse.
Plus
and that
curiosity,
kind of
because of the media. We heard a lot about it on the media, and 3 years ago, Bruce and I went down a river
that's a picture of us
we
when
didn't
we got
manage
back.
to do.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
We went down a river that we didn't complete, and we felt kind of shortchanged from that, so we decided to do another river, and we chose this one. Curiosity was the main reason, though, for seeing it for ourselves. You know, we're not part of any environmental group. We're just ordinary Canadians, and we wanted to have a chance to see it with our own eyes, and we did get a good look at it.
Does the Great Whale River come by its name honestly?
Absolutely.
What did you find out about its history? What's in it?
Well, allegedly, there were supposed to be freshwater seals in the river, but we didn't see any. And speaking with Crees in the town of Great Whale, they said there are none there either. But an environmental group has told me that there was some. But I think they were using this to justify action against the river. But
what do the Cree people say? What sort of support did you get there? What's the feeling?
well, the young people, a number of the young people, want the dam to be built because, yeah, you see, this is not something we're getting. I'm not trying to say I support that, but we're not getting a true political perspective from the people there. I mean, and that's the danger, is that this river doesn't just belong to the Cree. I'm not trying to say that it's not their land. I'm just trying to say that it's a responsibility of the whole world.
Sure.
It's a global issue,
that's
not
right.
just a local one.
And it's dangerous when you've got a situation like today, when you've got the government of Quebec negotiating with the Cree solely for this river.
Right.
And this river is mine too, in the sense that I have a right to go there and see it, and I want my children to have the right to have that.
And too, the bottom line is that if you take a stand here, then perhaps you can get enough groundswell support to lobby the government to not make every river, every beautiful river, into a dam.
That's right. The other thing we should do is inform Canadians more about the North. I went through both school systems, English and French, and I did not know anything about my own province until recently. You know, the Great Whale River, who knows where this river is? And we only found out about it through, you know, the media and this sort of thing, and our own curiosity. We're not being taught about these things. We don't know that there's a lot of life up there. Everyone says it's a swampy backland, but it's not. You know, it's a lot more than that.
I'm really glad you both came in here today. We must run along. I hope 1992 is a good year for you to get some things done, maybe get some voices heard anyway. Thanks
Thank
both,
you.
Eric and Bruce. We'll be right back.
When we return, the wonders of the wilds of Algonquin Park through the pages of a book.